I'm Rob Tinworth, I'm a filmmaker. I'm generally used to being on the other side of that camera. But I'm making a documentary called The Life Equation, which is about global health and specifically the role of big data in making decisions that have life and death consequences. It's a big subject and it's a real challenge to tell this in a way that is engaging to an audience. And so what I wanted to share was some of the process of how I take a topic and turn it into a story. So I'm going to start with something that seems a world away from global health. This is a commercial I cut for Sony about 12 years ago. Bear with me, it's very short.
Design is an extension of your lifestyle, actual and aspirational. That's why Hong Kong inspires me. It's a sleek and a stylish alongside the kitsch. And only you decide what shows on your screen. Design helps us achieve the style we all aspire to. And with a camera like the Sony CyberShot, I'm one step closer to making those dreams come true.
Seductively slim. CyberShot T7.
That's a 15-second commercial that describes 5 features of this camera. It's 9.8mm slim. It's got a 5.1 megapixel camera, which was a big deal back in 2004. It's got a 3x optical zoom. It's got a 2.5-inch LCD. And it's got a Carl Zeiss lens. When I screen this for people and ask them, what are the 5 features of the camera? At best they'll get 3, usually they get 2. The Carl Zeiss lens is one that they always get because you've got this nice big close-up and the text is reinforcing the image. And the 3x optical zoom, again, because the image is backing up what the text is saying, that one generally lands. But the others get lost, partly because they're too fast, but mainly because the image isn't telling the story. And this is the main thing I took away from this. You can't just put in text and assume it's all going to sink in. You can't tell people, you've got to show them. If you have to cram in all the information you've got, write a research paper. If you want to communicate with an audience, tell a story.
Tengo fe en Dios y Él dice que Él me va a ayudar.
Primero Dios.
Sí.
Sí, primero Dios, primero
Sí,
Dios.
sí.
Si confiamos en Dios, es el primero
Sí,
que
es
hace
el
las
primero,
cosas.
es cierto, José.
Ajá, aunque los médicos son buenos, pero si no confiamos en Dios, de nada sirve.
So this is the life equation. What I've tried to do is take that same principle of how to tell a story and how to show a story and convey it in a timeline.
Prácticamente lo que vamos a hacer como
It follows the stories of Crescencia Buch, who's fighting cervical cancer and stigmatism in Guatemala, and Dr. Sriram Tiwari, who moves his family across the country to start working in a remote hospital in Nepal.
यो चाहिँ हाम्रो अपरेसन रुम हो यो सर्जिकल डिपार्टमेन्ट भन्छ रिसेन्टली चालु भएको हो हैन
This is the hospital where Sriram's working. It's Bayapata Hospital. And one of the first things I've got to do is convey how remote and how far away this hospital is. And so one option is I could interview him. I could have Dr. Sriram tell me I'm living in Acham, it's a long way away from everything. It's very difficult to do things here. But that goes back to that Sony advert where I'm just giving you information and none of it's going to really engage or resonate. And so the question is, how do I convey that information in a story? So what I love about this image is it's packed with stories. You've got this guy in the corner who's carrying a woman on his back because the ambulance is broken down. He's heading towards the emergency room, so clearly all is not well. There's an issue at this hospital with electricity, and you can tell that story with these solar panels. And then there's even a story in this tiny little flag on the water tower over here. The hospital has an issue with water, and so there's a system where a green flag day means use as much water as you like. A yellow flag day means better go easy on water, and a red flag day means don't use water unless you absolutely must. And things can get a bit grim in the bathrooms if you have too many red flag days strung together. But the point is, what I'm always trying to think is how can I communicate with a story?
ए म कुमाल गाउँ जाँदै थिएँ बिमारी लिन डेलिभरी छ भनेर फोन आइरहेको थियो त्यसपछि गाडी स्टार्ट हुन सकेन चाहिँ गाडी अब गाडीमा इन्जिनमा अलि खराबी थियो
ल अलिकति छ भरत भाइ टुप्प मात्र छ अब अलिकति छ
धक्का लगाउने प्रयास चाहिँ हाम्रो भइरहेको थियो दुर्गम क्षेत्र भयो उताबाट मिस्त्री आउन अब 4 दिन लाग्यो
विकासका पूर्वाधारहरू हुन पुगिसकेका छैनन्। जहाँ यातायातको कमी छ, शिक्षाको कमी छ, स्वास्थ्यको कमी छ, बिजुलीको कमी छ। त्यो ठाउँमा एउटा एमडिजिबी डक्टरहरू आएर बस्न इच्छा गर्दैनन्। तर त्यही भएर उहाँहरूलाई हामीले बढी पे गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ।
अब यो दुर्गम हस्पिटल भएको हुनाले यहाँका धेरै टेक्निकल म्यान पावर चाहिँ छैन। म एकजना सिनियर डक्टर र त्यो सँगसँगै अर्को चाहिँ हाम्रो बिरामीको लोड बढी भएको हुनाले बिरामीहरू कोही सुत्केरी आउनुहुन्छ, कोही गर्भवती जाँच गर्न आउनुहुन्छ, कोही हातखुट्टा भाँचिएको उपचारको लागि आउनुहुन्छ। मेरो बच्चाहरू अहिले भर्खरै 9 महिनाको भयो। 2टा छोरीहरू छ, ट्विन्स। उनीहरू काठमाडौँमै छ, 2टा छोरीहरू। र इफ मदर आमा र बुवासँगै भएपछि बच्चाहरूलाई हुर्काउन सकिन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले अझै काममा अझै इनर्जी आउँछ भन्ने हिसाबले मैले यहीँ लिएर आएको हो।
हामीले भर्खरै एउटा एमडिजिबी क्वार्टर बनाएका थियौँ। त्यसको एमडिजिबी क्वार्टर कस्ट कति आएको थियो भने तपाईँको इस्टिमेटेड कस्ट चाहिँ एराउन्ड 20-25 लाख आयो। जुन एउटा कुनै सामान्य संस्थाको लागि एउटा सामुदायिक हस्पिटलको लागि धेरै हाई कस्ट हो।
यो माथिको यो चाहिँ बच्चाको मुटु चलेको देखिरहेको छ। यसमा
ठिक छ,
बच्चाको मुटु चाल चाहिँ ठिक छ, पानी चाहिँ कमै छ।
1-2 दिन कस्तो हुन्छ?
भित्रको पानीको मात्रा चाहिँ कम हुँदै गएको हो। त्यो भयो भने पछि बच्चालाई सास फेर्न त्यो गर्न अप्ठ्यारो हुनसक्छ। अनि हामीले इन्टरभेन्सन गरेन भने बच्चालाई बचाउन अप्ठ्यारो पनि हुनसक्छ। उदाहरण बच्चालाई अप्ठ्यारो हुन्छ। अब त्यो विचार गर्ने, तिमीले विचार गर्न मिल्छ होइन।
पहिलो बच्चा हो, कतै आमालाई तलमाथि त हुने होइन भने त्यो डर मात्रै हो। हाम्रो इच्छा कस्तो भन्दाखेरि जस्तो कि अब अपरेसन हुँदैछ होइन, अपरेसन हुँदैछ, अब हामीलाई बच्चाको कुनै पनि मतलब छैन होइन। आमाको चाहिँ स्वास्थ्य स्थिति एकदम ठिक हुनु पर्यो, उसले चाहिँ राम्रो हुनु पर्यो।
होइन पिछला एउटा यिनीहरूले चाहिँदैन क्या पहिले।
मुना के अरे नाम? मुना हो?
मुना हो नाम त राम्रो छ यिनको।
गर्नु बनाएको हो मैले
1-2 घण्टा बनाएको हो के एकछिनपछि सन्चो भएछ 1-2 घण्टा कसरी गर्छु त
नचला दिदी
तपाईको लागि हो, त्यो तपाईको बच्चाको लागि हो। बच्चा बनाउन सकिन्छ, बच्चा जन्माउन सकिन्न।
एकछिन गर नि भित्र खै त्यो गएन क्या क्या। आउन त्यो अस्ति जुन लाइट त्यो टाइम यति इम्पोर्टेन्ट टाइम पावर गए पनि बत्ती चाहिँ बल्छ तर अरू मेसिनहरूले चाहिँ काम गर्दैन। बच्चा जुन जन्मिने बित्तिकै कराउनु पर्ने थियो रुनु पर्ने थियो त्यो पनि रोएन
हाते
सिस्टर नर्स चाहिँ लाइन गएको भएर त्यो चेन्ज गर भनेर भन्नको लागि चाहिँ बाहिर जानुभयो त्यसले गर्दाखेरिमा त्यो बच्चा लिनलाई चाहिँ सिस्टर एकछिनको लागि एभाइलेबल हुनु भएन सक्सन इज नट वर्किङ सर उदय जी आउँदा एकचोटि उदय सर हो न यार
मलाई चाहिँ कस्तो महसुस भयो भन्दाखेरि अब अपरेसन त हुँदैछ के हुन्छ कस्तो हुन्छ कसरी भइरहेको छ हैन योभन्दा पहिले भएको थियो कि थिएन यो अस्पतालमा पहिलोचोटि अपरेसन हुँदैछ कि बिग्रने हो कि या सप्रने हो भन्ने त्यस्तो आफूलाई खुल्दुली लागिरहेको छ एकातिर डर पनि थियो भने
उदयजी आउँदा एकचोटि उदय सर अब यस्तो दुर्गम ठाउँमा चाहिँ भर्खर सेटिङ अपरेसनको सेटिङ सुरु भएको ठाउँमा चाहिँ एज अ सिनियर डक्टर धेरै नै प्रेसर हुन्छ
हाते
पावर नहुँदा हामीसँग चाहिँ एउटा हातले चलाउने सानो सक्सन जो मुखबाट पनि निकाल्न मिल्छ तर फर्चुनेटली बच्चालाई पनि केही भएन अनि लाइट पनि टाइममै आयो अक्सिजन ल्याउँदा त अगाडि गर्छु
नेपाल सरकारको डाटा हेर्नुहुन्छ भने पनि तपाईले त्यहाँबाट पाउन सक्नुहुन्छ सुत्केरी महिलाहरू कतिको मृत्यु भइरहेको छ
ओ दिदी
विशेष गरी पहाडी जिल्लामा रहेका त्यस्ता सुत्केरी महिलाहरू जो अकालमै ज्यान गुमाइरहेका छन् उहाँहरूको ज्यान बचाउनको लागि विशेष गरी सी सेक्सन तपाईको शल्यक्रिया गर्भवती महिलाहरूलाई शल्यक्रिया सेवा दिनको लागि एमडिजिपीहरूलाई नियुक्ति गरिएको हुन्छ तर एउटा एमडिजिपी राख्नुभन्दा 5 वटा एमबीबीएस डाक्टरहरू चाहिँ हामी राख्न सक्छौँ त्यो कस्टको हिसाबले हेर्ने हो भने र जस्तो मान्नुहोस् एउटा एमडिजिपी दिनको लागि एउटा रुम दिएर पुग्दैन उहाँहरूलाई एउटा चाहिँ क्वार्टरको व्यवस्था सबै कुराहरू त्यहाँदेखि किन भन्दा यो एउटा विवेक यो एउटा चाहिँ तपाईको मानव जीवनसँग रहेको चाहिँ प्रश्न रह्यो 2+2 कति हुन्छ भन्दा 4 एन्सर आए जस्तो यसमा चाहिँ उत्तर आउन गाह्रो पर्छ कुनै एउटा अछामको कुनै एउटा भिडिसीको महिलाको सी सेक्सन नपाएर ज्यान गयो भने उसको उसले आफ्नो लाइफको मूल्य कति हो व्हाट इज द भ्यालु अफ हर लाइफ
The topic is how do we spend limited healthcare dollars, and the challenge for me is how can I convey that with stories and characters in a way that's engaging. So I opened with the ambulance hill start because there's a bit of action, but it also makes the point that this is clearly a very remote location. And then the big issue at Bayapata Hospital is retention. They have doctors that'll turn up for maybe a month or two. I think the shortest that one doctor stayed there was just 1 day. So they're building this house in the hopes of keeping a senior doctor with a family there for the long run. But the house costs $20,000 to build. So again, it's this question of how do you allocate limited resources. So the house actually becomes a central part, not just of this short film, but of the whole film. And then the C-section scenes extremely dramatic because the lights go out, which underscores the challenges of working somewhere where there isn't great infrastructure. But what works really well in this scene is this interview with Dinesh, because he's sitting outside and he has these thoughts just racing through his mind, all these questions racing through his mind, and that's something everyone can relate to. So even though this is a faraway hospital and a faraway story, this character makes everything much more accessible. And the other big question I had was how to finish the film, and ultimately this has an upbeat ending. The baby's fine, the mother's fine. There's another C-section that happens the day after, which is an obstructed labour, where the results are not nearly as good. Shriram actually gets very frustrated by the fact that he's not able to save the life of the baby in that instance.
7 बजेपछि खेलेन एकचोटि पनि खेलेन
The point is, what you leave out of your story is actually as important as what you leave in. If I were to finish this short film with that story, it would be a very different ending. And ultimately, in the feature documentary, I'll probably end up using both scenes. In this instance, this short film is for the interactive, and it introduces another topic at a time when I want you to be focused just on the healthcare dollars. So in the longer film it works, but in the shorter film it doesn't. So as important as the stories you do tell are the stories that you don't tell. I've been working on the life equation for over 3 years, and I'm still trying to puzzle together how best to tell this story. But we're all telling stories all the time. With one device, we can write, take photos, take videos, and then share that instantly with everyone all around the world. It's astonishing, and done well, it's storytelling. So whether you're writing a blog or a Facebook page, or you're putting together a PowerPoint presentation, you should always be thinking, how can I tell this with a story?